Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to phase 2 of our Global History Pandemic Project. I'm Miss Jennifer Blank, and I will be your guide on this journey. So now, first of all, we have to discuss what we're actually doing, right? So let's get to it. If I can get this PowerPoint to work for me. There we go. Exciting. Yayness. Okay, so what are we doing? We're going to talk about what exactly it is that we're doing over the next 10 days, because this project is going to last 2 weeks, 2 school weeks anyway. We're going to go over a breakdown of requirements, and then we're going to talk about next steps for today. So what should you be doing today, right now, after you finish watching this video? Okay, so what are we doing? First of all, we are looking at historical pandemics, okay? So you're going to be doing individual research on your assigned historical pandemic. As I said before, we're going to take 2 weeks, okay? Week 1, this week, is all about research, all right? So that's your focus. You're gathering your research, you're gathering your data, okay? And week 2 is going to be about the creation of your work product, and I'll get to that in a second. In the course of this project, you're going to need to investigate or address a series of questions about your assigned pandemic. So there's some things you're going to need to answer. So it's not just willy-nilly research, right? There's a focus for you, things that you need to find, okay? Don't understand, machine. There we go. Oh, yes. Excellent. Okay. So research questions. This is what you're going to be investigating. You want to be able to identify and describe your assigned pandemic. So you want to identify it, obviously, tell me this is it, right? And then you need to describe it. You need to tell me about it. What is it? What kind of symptoms did it cause? How did it start? Things like that. What causes the pandemic in and of itself, right? Then you're going to look at the causes of the pandemic, the effects of the pandemic. You're going to describe and explain the way society changed because of the pandemic. Now, all of this is important, but all of this is designed to help you answer this question here. This is actually the most important question, the last one. Describe and explain the ways society changed because of the pandemic. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you are undoubtedly aware, we ourselves are in the middle of of a pandemic, right? So it might be helpful to see what happened in the past and how society changed, right? So we can kind of get a glimpse of how our society might change. So group work. First of all, let me just calm your fears. None of our assignments are based on group work, okay? So your grade does not depend upon anyone else, okay? So let's get that out of the way. However, if you collaborate extraordinarily well with a fellow student, say you're sharing a lot of resources and having a lot of discussions, right? Online discussions and just interaction, you may be awarded extra credit for fantastic collaboration, okay? So there is extra credit to be had if you and your peers can work well together, okay? So Edmodo is going to be the area for this group exchanges. So there may be a couple of people who haven't signed up for Edmodo. The vast majority of you have, so yay, good times, very excited. If you haven't, you need to do that because in order to be eligible for that extra credit, you're going to need to be on Edmodo, okay? And all members, whoops, I have a little typo there, I'll have to fix that. All members of the Edmodo small group will have the same pandemic. So whoever is in your small group is also working on the same pandemic you are. This is on purpose, right? Because I want for you guys, when you're like, hey, I'm stuck, I'm looking for, the effects of the Black Death, and I can't find it. Has anybody found any good websites that have that information? And somebody else could be like, oh yeah, and they can post that on Edmodo and say, yeah, I found this great website, it helped me out a lot when I was looking for that. And share that website. That's an example of collaboration, right? An even better example would be like, hey, I'm working on this paragraph for my literature review. What do you think about this paragraph that I did? Would you mind checking it out, right? So engaging in that peer review, getting feedback from your peers, that is a way to earn extra credit, right? So yayness. So there's your group work. So now let's go over requirements. Requirements are, of course, important. Hello, machine. There we go. Okay, so we're going to have formative work products, formative assignments, and summative assignments, work products, right? Now, the formative is designed to help you build to the summative, okay? So you're going to have a daily journal of research progress that you're going to submit weekly, right? I don't need to see it every day. I mean, you can submit it every day if you want, I guess. But what I'm envisioning is that you're going to have a little Microsoft Word document and you're going to be like, April 28th. You know, I looked up 3 different websites and summarized all 3 websites. 2 of them were good. The last one wasn't so good, so I don't think I'm going to be using that. But the first 2 had a lot of the information that I needed. That's an example. Done. Daily entry. Yay. This is what I did today. Or it could be like, it could be frustrations. You know, there's so much to write. I'm really having a problem figuring out how to write what Miss Blank wants me to write. You know, I don't feel like I have enough information to write everything that she wants. You can talk about frustrations. You can talk about struggles. You can talk about things that you found exciting, things that you found interesting. You can simply make it a bullet, not a bullet point list, because I do want complete sentences, but just a breakdown of what you did that day, every day. And that's a grade, right? So there has to be an entry for every school day. You have to have that. That's important. You're also going to have a weekly discussion question that ties your research to the enduring issue that we select. So the teachers will post a discussion question asking how your pandemic connects to the enduring issue of scarcity. Where do you see scarcity in your research? Right? How does scarcity factor in? Something to that effect, right? Could be scarcity, could be inequity, it could be any number of impact of interconnectedness, could be a number of different enduring issues. So, and that'll be due at the end of the week. And then you're also going to have a website review where you're going to take 10 of the websites that you've looked at and you're going to basically provide a summary. I have a guide and a rubric that I'll be posting later today to help you with that. My suggestion for the website review is that as you're doing research, if you find something that's really good, you pause, go through, and fill out the little graphic organizer that I'm going to post so that way you have that information. When you go back to write the paragraph of the review later on, you have that information. You don't have to go back to all these different websites, okay? Now, the summative work product. The summative work product. That is going to be your choice. This is like the end of the phase project. This will count as a test grade. The rest of them, their other work products will be a mix of the other kinds of grades, other categories in the class. But the summative work product is going to be an essay exam grade. So it's very important. So you have to have a visual and written element, right? And I have some suggestions there: PowerPoint, essay, poster, brochure, newspaper article, video lesson, right? So you have options. It is your choice. I think the 2 most straightforward options are going to be a PowerPoint and an essay. Okay, I will have rubrics for you. I already have some of them done, but once I see what students are doing, then so I haven't done a rubric for a newspaper article yet, but if a student comes to me and says, hey, listen, I want to do a newspaper article, I will create a rubric. So that way you know what has to go in there and what it should look like, okay? So those are the assignments for phase 2. Now, grading. You can revise all work for a higher grade, okay? But your life will be infinitely easier if you just do it reasonably well the first time, right? So do your best to keep up with this. Do it well the first time. All your assignments will have rubric attached, and that will help you guide your work, okay? Formative assessments could fall, like I said, under any grading category except for exam essay. It will not be an exam essay, all of the building assignments, as I talked about in the previous slide. The summative assessment, the final project for this phase, will be in the exam essay category. Okay, so daily journal entries, and I talked about this a little bit, but I really want to boil it down for you. So you're going to record your progress on the project. That's the purpose of this, okay? It's going to be a weekly grade, but the weekly grade is going to be out of 5. So if you only did 4 entries for that week, it's going to be 4 out of 5. That's going to be an 80 for that week, for example, okay? So your journals may include any specific research you found, problems or frustrations, successes and why they happen, specifics of what you accomplished that day. Now, it's important that when you have problems or frustrations that you start to think about a plan for how to deal with them. Maybe you need to talk to me and I'm going to schedule a video conference with Miss Blank. Okay, that's an option, right? That's a plan for how to deal with it. Or, you know, I'm not finding the research I need. I'm going to do another Google search and try different search terms, right? I tried this search term and that didn't get me much, and now I'm going to try this. You know, instead of saying Black Death, I might type in causes of Black Death, and that might get you more or better results, right? So you should be specific with that. All right, weekly enduring issues discussion question, right? So let me bring my guy down here. Okay, so, whoops, got a little excited. So students, you're going to link your pandemic to the enduring issue provided by us, okay? It must be 5 to 7 sentences, just like the rest of our online discussion questions. And it must be incomplete sentences using correct English mechanics. If you're wondering what English mechanics is, that's spelling, grammar, punctuation, sentence structure, like things like that. Like it needs to sound good. You guys need to practice writing, and this is a good time to do that. Plus, folks, I mean, seriously, spell and grammar check. It is a thing. It doesn't catch everything, but it catches a lot of things, right? So there'll still be some mistakes, but it's gonna catch so many mistakes. The fact that y'all aren't using it, I don't understand it. I don't understand. I was ready to worship Bill Gates when it came out in Microsoft Word when I was in school, you know, way back in the day, and seems even longer now, doesn't it? I didn't start my schooling with spell and grammar check. That did not exist for me. Okay, so wasn't there. So you can take advantage of it. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. It catches most of your mistakes. Like, use it. Come on. Yeah. All right. So the website review, you're going to record basic information about websites that you're going to cite in your project, okay? You're going to provide a summary of the website, and you're going to explain why it was useful for your project. That's effectively what's going to go in the website review. I will have examples for you. My suggestion is that you focus on the website review, or at least getting all the information for that review this week, okay? You should really focus on that. And as you're looking at websites, don't just look at websites and then delete. As you're going through it, add that information into the graphic organizer so that you have it, and then all you got to do is cut and paste it later, okay? So that's website review. So final work product. This is due at the end of phase 2, so at the end of the 2 weeks. I strongly suggest that you choose from, the list isn't below, but we have the list on the previous slide. I'll have it up for you on the classroom. You may suggest ideas, but they need to be approved by us, okay? So you have to choose the work product a week from today for phase 2. A week from today, by Monday of week 2, you have to choose a work product, okay? So that way, if, for example, you decide to do a newspaper article, which I haven't made a rubric for yet, I can make a rubric for you, right? And then you can have that rubric, so as you're you're creating the project, you have a better idea of what you need to be producing and what it should look like, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, next steps. What do we do now? So your next steps today are going to be to begin researching your project. Okay, you need to begin researching your pandemic. You're going to use the document provided that I'm going to post on Google Classroom to record information about your research. You should also touch base with your group and say, hey, it's cool that we're in this group. What's going on? How are you guys doing? And share any useful resources that you find. Okay, that's helpful. Just be helpful. Let's help each other, right? So what's happening? How do you know what your pandemic is? How do you know what it is? You're going to go to Edmodo, and in your small group page, your pandemic is going to be there. Okay, I'm going to post that momentarily, but that should be posted before you actually watch this video. All students who registered for Edmodo have been assigned to a small group. Okay, your pandemic assignment will be posted on that small group page. It will be there for you. All right, so that's where you're going to go. You're going to go to Edmodo and the small group page, and that's where you will find it. And that is the end of our slideshow, ladies and gentlemen. So I will see you in the next video, which will be a general guide to pandemics. Stay strong, folks.